The audience know that the signing into our cooperation with Aditop, who are the owners of these trucks, tankers. Aditop is tanker owners. Let me give you a little brief history of how they came on board. For you to be an independent marketer, it is required that you have a minimum of 3 trucks. Aggregating over 50,000 members with their truck, you know, it's humongous, huge. Over time, we've not really had a concentrated organization that will handle our affairs. But God have made that to be now under the leadership of Alhaji Danzaki, who is here seated. We must also let you know how this thing happened. It was by the prompting of members, because our business, we need to do it. Everything is moving in a way that requires technology. That is how we now brought a seasoned financial expert majoring in forensic and everything that has to do with finance. With his dint of hard work, he's been able to recover a lot of funds for countries and even Nigeria. A clap for him. Now, this meeting is targeting 2 or 3 things that will make our work move well. You will agree with me, the incessant nature of our truck getting spoiled and, you know, having some mishap in the road. So we have brought a group with their financial insurance acumen to help us mitigate the losses of our members under the purview of our consultant. And this we cannot do without actually getting downstream and upstream regulatory agency to be aware of what we're doing. We want to use this medium to also let them know that by allowing this insurance scheme that members of IPMA have given their note, we go a long way in reducing accidents and also reducing members' stress. One of these things will also give us assurance that we can do business without too much exposing ourselves to a lot of vagaries. You know that the speed of robbery, banditry is also high now. So how do we mitigate this thing? We need an insurance scheme. And this insurance scheme will liaise with downstream, midstream, regulatory agency to ensure that those who have this issue will not know how to manage it without necessarily leaving it for the person to be alone. That is one aspect. The other aspect why this meeting is important is that our members, during the time of Petroleum Equalization Fund, have done this bridging, and some of them, their claims have not been paid fully. Maybe somebody that have, assuming 3 million naira, maybe he has received maybe 2 million or 2.5 million. IPMAN will have a lot of people who are not really educated. But we have also gotten clearance from the executive and the members of the association that we engage the services of a consultant that will help us. It's not saying you are owed 1 billion. Bring your papers now to our office. We will give it to the consultant. They will check with you as to know the actual thing. And we believe the downstream, who of course have taken the duties of Petroleum Equalization Fund, will help us with the consultant to really ascertain the actual money owed members. This we think will bring them back again into this business. Some of them cannot even go back and bring product again. Reason, lack of paucity of fund. And we believe this meeting with you people, the press, will help us report appropriately to this authority and to the federal government the need to allow our consultant, Bedan Group, to look into our members' complaint as it relates to bridging claims that have not been paid. I think it will also give us succor that we are now doing business. We are in a period where everybody is experiencing, problem, difficulty assessing this product. But I want to tell you that IPMAN, the National Executive Council, have reached out to PPMC, have also reached out to relevant government agencies, and they have assured us, and they have even started, as of yesterday, even as I speak now, massive loading is ongoing in Lagos. It's a matter of days, all this thing will normalize with the help of our transporters at the top. They have mobilized members of their group to ensure there is serious product everywhere. That I can tell you for free. So the idea of panicking should not be there. That is why we are sending our thanks to the president of this country, who have made it possible that this subsidy of 4 trillion is properly utilized. It's the members. It's not about NNPC or IPMAN. It's you people that have cars that are the beneficiaries of this subsidy. Right now, those who are watching globally what is happening, because of this Ukraine and Russian war, there is energy problem globally. But we must thank the leadership of this country, who foresaw that a time like this might come, especially this election year we're entering, in order not to allow people use it as a campaign reason, to have ensured this 4 trillion. It might be enough, it might not be enough, but it's a way to addressing some of these problems. But what we are saying in IPMAN is that this product, people must assess it at a price for which government have agreed. We know, and we want to tell you that for us, we will abide if all things I mean, where we will get within the template of 148 naira 17 kobo, that this, for marketers, that is to say, before we get to our various filling stations, we will sell at that 165 naira. That is an assurance we are now giving to you. Again, we know that it is not easy for those our brothers who have tank farm, they're also in business. But in order to reduce the stress, we're also appealing now, and they have to hear us well. The PPNC need to designate some certain depots for our members. We have 5 zones. The 5 zones, we can now say each of these zones, maybe Lagos zone, comprising of the Western zone, should have where they can now load their product. Eastern zone, comprising of about 5 depots, designate where they should load their product. Midwestern zone, that have about 2 depots, show them where they will be loading their product. Northeast, show them where they will be loading this. Northwest, give them where they will be loading. I tell you, this issue will be a thing of the past. A situation where we know that it's only an NPC that have the right to import product, but they're using the services of depot owner because of vandalism everywhere. That is why some of us will resort to going to private depot. But let us now see how we can manage our product, where we will be part and parcel of what is going on. We want to assure them that we are ready and we are prepared to work with them. Moving forward, we can't thank the President enough. We can't thank the Minister for State. We can't thank enough the Group Managing Director of NNPC, the MD of PPMC. You know, these people have been so wonderful. We want to also state that we are prepared, we are ready to work with them to ensure that masses access this product seamlessly. That is our pledge. Ipman! 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 Ipman!
Changes because of the introduction of this Petroleum Industrial Act. For so many years, Nigerians are suffering with this fuel scarcity. And up to now, government is doing its best to make sure that it put a lot of money for the subsidy so that Nigerians will take this petrol or energy at subsidized rates. But unfortunately for us, there are a lot of problems in the industry. And we as a transporters, ADITOP, and the IPMAN as the owners of the filling station, we are the victim of all these problems that happen in the industry, because we are the people that invested our money, and anybody that makes his investment, he needs a returns. And the federal government is doing well. As at now we are talking, you witness a lot of some states have started having queue of petroleum or in filling station. And the NNPC has done very well to import these petroleum products. The main problem is to transport that petrol down to the filling stations. And we are having some challenges, especially when getting our money back for the transportation. So as federal government is trying to change the industry, that's why the IPMAN and ADITOP, we find it we have to go with the new policy of government that make us to engage our powerful consultant who has experience that will help us and utilize the changes that government is introducing in this industry. The consultant is in the name of Benham Group, chaired by Dr. Maurice Ibe. So we thank him very much as he is trying to help us to make sure that we go in line with government policy so that our people cannot be out of this business. This is the main aim and objective of having this. The NNPC has a lot of products, but before this act come of Petroleum Industrial Act, you people, you know, we have an agency that called Petroleum Product Pricing Regulatory Agency, who is responsible of pricing all petroleum products in Nigeria. And we have an organization that is Petroleum Equalization Funds. This Petroleum Equalization Fund is one responsible for repayment of our transport claim, transport allowance. What I want Nigerians to understand is that this money that's paid to transporters, it doesn't come from government. It is the Nigerian masses that are contributing this money. The marketers, you buy petrol at filling station. Out of that 135 naira, 165 naira, in price template, there are certain amounts that is earmarked to take care of this petroleum transportation. But unfortunately, we independent marketers and the transporters, we are cash and carry marketers. We pay before we even took the product. But it takes us a long time before we get that money. Sometimes 6 months, 7 months, 8 months. So that's make a lot of our filling stations to stop working. And we cannot allow that to every filling station to close. When filling station close, then we as a transporters, we must park our truck. That's the essence of bringing Benham Group to this collaboration to make sure that we are out of the, we are still in this business, and no policy or no interest take us out of the business. Thank you very much.
The existing protocol. This collaboration was primarily put together with the main essence of stabilizing the distribution and supply of petroleum products in Nigeria. The country is going through very trying times. You see a lot of long queues at the filling stations. First and foremost, I want to reassure Nigerians and the general public that we're doing everything humanly possible to reduce the scarcity of products in Nigeria, to stabilize the activities in the downstream, to be sure that these products are able to be transported smoothly to all the nooks and corners of the country. So it is our priority to try the very best we can in working with the federal government and NNPC in particular, to be sure that these products are readily available and the queues around the country disappear. It helps no one, rather it damages the economic capacity of our country. The level of manpower that we lose waiting in fuel stations. So by the grace of the Almighty God, I think this will be accomplished in no time. Having said that, there are also some mitigating factors that must be and should be addressed, particularly by the midstream, downstream regulatory agency. We can't shy away from it. In as much as we are working tirelessly with the oil agencies, NNPC, PPMC, and all the other agencies concerned with the distribution of these products, it is also very important, it is absolutely necessary for us to communicate to the federal government of Nigeria. We've been shouting, we're talking about this. I've spoken about it in various forums, networks, and news conferences, that it is very critical that these bridging claims and product differentials owed to the members of the independent petroleum marketers and the Association of Distributors and Transporters be paid and paid immediately and urgently. Members of these two organizations control literally about 20 trillion naira worth of assets in the downstream sector. Many of them have gone under because of the inability to access their funds that have been trapped since the defunct Petroleum Equalization Fund has gone out. Now the onus and responsibility falls upon the midstream, downstream regulatory agency, and we are calling upon them to step up to their responsibilities. We are working with government. We want to make sure that the problem within distribution is sorted out and sorted out very urgently. But then members have to operate. To operate in business, it takes money. You can't have your money tied up in government agencies and expect the members to continue to operate at full capacity. So we are calling on the midstream and downstream to please step up, come to the table. You have some data. Our members have some documents. Let's come to the table, discuss these things, reconcile them, determine what are the actual figures owed to these members so that you can pay them, and members who have the financial resources and capacity to buy and distribute these products, maintain their vehicles, and smoothen most of the other issues that are bedeviling their activities. So it is an appeal, but it is an urgent appeal. Members are getting very restive, and we, as consultants and the executives of these organizations, have done our very best to calm frayed nerves, but we are asking the government to please step up. It is imperative that these members' monies are released and paid. It is unconscionable for anybody to hold a businessman's money and expect him to perform at full capacity. You can't, there's no nice way to say it. It has to be said, and these issues must and should be resolved. So having said that also, we have to commend the cooperation that we've gotten so far by NNPC, the Group Managing Director of NNPC, the Managing Director of PPMC, the Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum, and of course, our President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We thank all the agencies that have been very helpful to us in this journey. Our journey is that of stabilizing this industry. Our journey is a journey of making sure that Nigeria's oil and gas industry works and works smoothly, works well. This way, the derivatives and profits of it, it's enjoyed by all Nigerians. If you can't access fuel, our God-given resources in our country, then what is the essence of being a Nigerian? So we are pleading with these agencies responsible, particularly, I say again, the midstream downstream regulatory agency. They must and should come to the table, help our members, rescue our members from the problems they're having so that they can be able to function, buy products, distribute products smoothly and efficiently to all the nooks and corners of Nigeria. Thank you again, gentlemen of the press, and we'll continue to liaise and talk with you.